In the heart of a bustling city, Reginald Worthington, a man of immense wealth, lived in a mansion that gleamed like a jewel under the sun. His fortune, built on steel and ambition, afforded him every luxury, but his pride was his house. A sprawling estate of marble and gold, designed by the finest architects. Its walls held rare paintings, its chandeliers sparkled like captured stars, and its gardens bloomed with flowers flown in from distant lands. Yet, for all its grandeur, the house was silent. Reginald, widowed and childless, wandered its halls alone, his footsteps echoing off polished floors. He'd built the mansion to impress, to prove his worth, but it felt hollow. The maids, paid handsomely, moved like ghosts, cleaning rooms no one used. The banquet hall, meant for laughter and feasts, gathered dust. One evening, the storm came without warning. Thunder cracked the sky as rain battered the city. Reginald stood at the study window, whiskey in hand, watching the city drown in gray. He saw a young woman, trembling, cloaked in a drenched shawl, pressed against the iron gate. A security guard hesitated, waiting for orders. Eliza, whose dreams had outgrown her means. Against his better judgment, he let her in, offering shelter for the night. She marveled at the house but saw its emptiness. "It's beautiful," she said, "but it's waiting to be alive." Eliza returned the next morning with breakfast she'd bought using her last few coins. She insisted on earning her stay. With cautious amusement, Reginald allowed her to paint the empty wall near the music room. By sunset, it bore a vibrant forest, foxes in motion, birds mid-flight, sun filtering through imagined leaves. It breathed. After a week, Eliza moved from room to room like a gust of fresh air. She painted not what the house looked like, but what it longed to be. A boy reading under a banyan tree. Lovers dancing in candlelight. An old man learning to smile again. One night, she brought in a violinist from the subway, and Reginald found himself leaning against the banister, eyes closed, letting Vivaldi fill the hollow chambers. Poets arrived next. Then cellists. Dancers. Journalists. Students. Not guests, contributors to a living, breathing world. The mansion, once entombed in wealth, began to live. One morning, Eliza stood before Eleanor's portrait. She stared for a long time, then asked softly, "May I paint her?" Reginald flinched. "She's already here." "Yes," Eliza said. "But not truly." He hesitated. Then nodded. For days, Eliza worked quietly. She repainted the portrait, not in place of the old one, but next to it. Eleanor smiling, barefoot in the garden, her hair windswept, laughing. She deserved to live outside that frame, Eliza said. Now she does. Reginald stood before the two paintings, tears in his eyes. One was history. The other, memory made tender. From that day, he stopped avoiding the west garden where Eleanor used to sit. He took his tea there, sometimes with Eliza, sometimes alone. He began to speak of Eleanor without pain. Months passed. The mansion had become a refuge, an artist's haven, a sanctuary for dreamers. Reginald no longer wore tailored silence like armor. He hosted dinners, told stories, even laughed when someone spilled wine on a velvet couch. One evening, he sat with Eliza on the grand staircase. Below them, musicians rehearsed a chamber piece while children from a nearby school wandered, wide-eyed, through the mural halls. "You've changed everything," he said. She smiled. "No. You allowed it." "I never built this house to be a home," Reginald admitted. "Just a monument to ambition. But it's something more now. Something real." Eliza looked up. "So what will you build next, Dot?" Reginald thought for a moment, then answered. "A place where wealth means nothing, if it can't lift others. Maybe a foundation. For artists. Or dreamers like you." She leaned her head against his shoulder. The mansion, once silent, pulsed with light and music. And in the heart of it, all sat two people, an old man learning to begin again, and a woman who painted hope on walls that had forgotten how to feel.